In his second inauguration speech, US President Donald Trump made a lengthy promise to reverse some of the climate-friendly energy policies adopted by the Biden administration. On his first day in office in his second term, he signed an executive order withdrawing the United States, the world's largest historical emitter of greenhouse gases, from the Paris Agreement for the second time in a decade. Established in 2015, the Paris Agreement seeks to limit global temperature rise and includes nearly every nation except Iran, Libya, and Yemen. The US exit positions it among only 4 countries outside this vital accord, which aims to reduce greenhouse gas emissions globally.
Look, his reasoning is very clear. He thinks that the United States would be paying out more in terms of its global collaboration than what it would gain. This is exactly what he said even in 2016. And he believes that the United States is a country which has no global obligations of this kind and no responsibility for historic emissions, etc. And so, therefore, he says, well, we'll do what we have to do, you do what you have to do. That's his standard approach. Drilling in all these places is, in my opinion, straight away guided by pecuniary interests, and of course the fact that it will lower prices of oil that could help curb inflation in the United States.
Trump's latest move mirrors his 2017 withdrawal, but this time it could have a more profound impact. The effects of the previous withdrawal, which occurred in the final phase of his presidency, were not fully realized, as it was quickly reversed by his successor Joe Biden, reducing its overall influence. As climate change intensifies, experts warn that this new withdrawal could have significant and far-reaching consequences for both the environment and international relations.
In any which way, the developing world, with or without US being in the Paris Agreement, there would have been an increase in fossil fuels for a certain period of time. And the emissions curve would be bending for different countries at different stages of development. How much will that pathway shift just because US will get into extracting more fossil fuels? It's actually difficult to say because, even oil, it is also a sort of a cartel by countries at the end of the day. So it is not that, it depends on where the demand is coming from. So if you see the consumer moving away to EVs, to renewable energy, US might just left with extracting fossil fuels and not finding a market for it.
The Paris Agreement plays a crucial role in uniting countries to combat climate change. It sets ambitious targets for reducing emissions and encourages nations to track and report their progress. Trump's withdrawal raises concerns about the environmental impact, potentially hindering global efforts to limit global warming and worsening climate crises. The previous US exit in 2017 resulted in higher emissions and diminished international climate leadership.